Hello, guys. Welcome back to Open Space Mind. It's your host AJ, the one and only. Um, last episode we just briefly talked about like just introductions to the beginning of this podcast journey, the beginnings of my journey, and yeah, now we're gonna actually start talking about stuff that I want to talk about, life experiences, emotions, feelings, stuff that we think, blah blah blah. All that stuff that it's hard to talk about sometimes, and I think one of the things that is very difficult is overthinking. Um, it's literally the best thing ever. Like top thing, top. Everybody loves to overthink. It's literally amazing. Yeah, I'm just joking. Yeah, fuck no. No, 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 no. FYI, I'm gonna be cussing in this. I don't know how YouTube's gonna do any of this weird stuff. I let it know that this is not for children, so hopefully they don't do no weird stuff. But overthinking is terrible. It's the worst thing ever. It's the worst thing you can have. It's the worst thing to do. It's horrible. And as somebody who has built this overthinking shit, whatever you want to say it is, whatever, it sucks. It ruins so much things. It ruins your relationships. It ruins your mind. It can like really like affect your personality. Like it can affect like you as a person. Like it will make you like question, like it makes you question yourself. It just sucks ass. It makes you miserable, and literally, and then overthinking can make you develop like more anxiety and like depression, like mental issues and stuff. And it's just terrible, terrible. So I just want to talk about it because as somebody who's trying to stop overthinking about things and stop having it affect my life and my life choices and stuff, I think it's best that we talk about it and point some things out that we need to do better on doing, as overthinkers, and like just don't things to not do, things to just be aware of, and like not even just overthinkers, actually, people who are dealing with an overthinker, or who's gonna pretend like being with an overthinker as a friend, as a like partner, whatever you want to put it, just dealing with an overthinker and dealing how to overthink. So I'm really excited to talk about this. So let's just get in it. um so from my experience, let's start off with that. I don't think when you're a kid you don't really think, you just do. So you just like, I can't really say that it started to develop into a thing when I was in elementary school, but I will say that it did middle school. Especially when I started to get into romantic relationships. That's when it started. Like that's when I started to like question shit and like way like over like think about situations that did not need to be overthought. All I needed to do was communicate. But one thing about me is that I grew up having a difficult time communicating about my feelings to people. And it's just life situations that I had to deal with, um that I felt was like made me hold back from just being able to do that. So yeah, it started off with a romantic relationship. And as somebody who identified as a girl at the time, there was a bunch of like, it was just very new for me. I like never like, I've liked girls for a very long time, but like I'd never received liking back. So it was new. So I came fresh in, you know what I'm saying? And I think this is very common for a lot of people with their like, for a lot of people who are like go through relationships. When your first relationship, it's all good and stuff, but there's stuff that like happens, obviously. Not all relationships are perfect, not all relationships are terrible though, but like there's some things that happen, and usually it is pretty bad. So that relationship, you probably go through something that like miscommunications a lot, something just, I don't know. But when you break up, it's like shit, like you there's a lot of things that happen. Now you have expectations for your next relationship. Like that is a thing you build, like kind of expectations for like what you need, um and stuff like that. It's a normal thing. So when you get into your next relationship, whenever that is, you expect this person to kind of have like similarities with your other person, which honestly shouldn't even, not that shouldn't be a thing, because it's new, it's somebody new you don't know. You need to go in fresh, not compare them with your other person. And to me that means that if you're comparing your old relationship with your new relationship, then you have not moved on from that old relationship and you need time to heal. But that's a whole different type of discussion. Anyways, so say that something in that like that last relationship you had, um say that, you know, there was something you communicated about your feelings, and that person took it the wrong way, and now you're like, oh shit. So when your next relationship, if something similar happens, you don't tell them right away about something now, because you're like, what if this happened, like what if what happened last time happens again? Like you overthink it, because like you're thinking about like situations that happened in the past. Because overthinking is literally, the definition says, is just an endless loop of like think of thoughts that are not even true. Honestly, like if we really think about it, it's really not true. And well, most of the time, sometimes people who overthink think of something, and then like when it happens they're like, oh, I already expected it. But that shouldn't happen, because now you're just like, you hold yourself back from like the like from potential and everything, you know what I mean? um but literally the meaning says, when your thoughts and worries circle in an endless loop, you just can't stop thinking so negatively about something. And one of the things that I like really stood out to me in this definition is, it says that overthinking usually leads to inaction because it causes you to become overwhelmed by fear. It does. You get scared to communicate because of something that happened. Now you're like, okay, I don't want to talk it out. Like I'm gonna create these scenarios in my head and like think that this is right. And I'm like, okay, now I talk to them. Now I say what I think it is, but it turns out not to be. But they get mad because it's like, why would you think something like that? Oh well, I was overthinking because this and this happened. It's chaotic. It's absolutely chaotic, and it just needs to stop. It needs to stop. As an overthinker, it's just, we want so much. We want more than what we was given. We want more than, like, we just want more. Like, I feel like a lot of overthinkers are the ones who love very hard, and we need to kind of step back from loving so hard, especially right away. Right away, instantly. Yeah, no, that, as somebody who's done that so many times, it's not, yeah, we need to stop it. And I need to stop it. Like, I've already had this conversation with one of my family members about falling in love so fast. Bro, I won't even say fall in love, but like developing feelings like so fast, and just thinking of like a relationship right off the bat. Like that, you can't have that. It ruins shit. And literally that's what happened in a situation I just got out of. It ruined that situation when it could have been probably different. Like a lot of things could have been totally different with like this route that I'm taking. The route that they're taking, like this may not even need to have happened if it just went a different route. Um so we so I'm saying, like, as an overthinker to a overthinker, uh we need to like slow down, process, communicate. I know communication is very scary, especially when you like grow up and you like you don't know how to communicate. There's a lot of different ways to communicate with certain people, but the only way you're going to figure that out is if you communicate. Like, you both need to like contribute to like knowing how you guys express things to one another, like create your own way. And I think that's like very important, and like like stood out to me from some podcasts that I've listened to, when it's talking about how to like do certain things with your partner. this is not even just like partner either. This could be your friendship as well. Because if your friend does something and you're like overthinking the whole situation, like why the fuck, like you don't know what's going on, but you're gonna create scenarios in your head, don't communicate with them, then it's just gonna like it's just terrible because us overthinkers, oh, we back away. Yeah. I'm calling out everybody who overthinks. You back off. Like if you feel some type of way and you're not going to communicate that, you will back away from the person and like not talk, like just like isolate yourself for a bit. And then when you feel like you're ready, you're going to talk, and then that person's going to get mad cuz they're like, "Why the fuck would you isolate me? Like not isolate yourself from me because of that." That's not even true. It's not even true. So it's like you you gotta be aware. You can't. It's not healthy. It is absolutely not healthy. Overthinking is not healthy. And yes, even if you love hard, it's still not a good thing to do. It ruins shit. So as an overthinker, you just gotta be very careful. And I feel like we need to stop it because it's not helping us. It's not making us any better. And then it's also not helping the other party as well. It just create chaos, and we don't need any more chaos in our lives. Like we have had a bunch of things that have happened that we need to just say enough is enough, you know? Like enough is enough. So that is my I think so that's my advice, and for myself is to stop overthinking, communicate. You never know what can happen. Yes, you may you may want to hear what you want to hear, but sometimes that's not the case. Not everybody's going to know what you're thinking of. Not everybody's going to know like, you know, what your wants is, and if you don't communicate it. So you can't go in and expecting that, okay, this person should know what I want, so they should know what the hell like I want them to say in this situation. Not everything's about you. And I'm learning that too. But at the end of the day, there is some things that you need to think like for about yourself with. But when it comes to relationships, whether that's romantically or platonic or whatever, you got to like think of the other party. When somebody else is involved, you got to think of the other party. So you're not going to hear what you always want to hear. And some of the things you're going to hear are going to fucking absolutely suck. But whatever you feel about what they said, you got to say what you feel at that moment. Don't stop. Don't just be like, cool. And then take what they said, like, personal or whatever. Like, take it to yourself and just, like, think of a bunch of shit alone. Like, have your, like, alone with you. Like, you don't do that. It's gonna, and then, like, you're gonna talk about it with them. Like I said, like I just literally said, for hours, and now they're gonna be like, "Why the hell did you not just say that right away?" Like, it just, yeah, it creates problems. So like, I just think that we need to not overthink so many situations because we just, yes, it sucks not knowing shit. Like it sucks to be like the unpredictable shit. Like you want to predict things, you throw that shit at the door. Like no, like no. So that's my advice for being an overthinker for me, and what I need to do too. That's my advice to myself as well that I would like to share out for overthinkers. Now, for those who are dealing with an overthinker, first off, before I even get into that, I just want to say if you're an overthinker, you need to tell the other person you're an overthinker before you guys even start to like really dig deep into know. And Loki sucks to have to say that, but it's like it helps them be more aware because I think it would cause the situation worse than what it would be. Um, I've had obviously I didn't really understand what an overthinker is, and so I've had a situation where the person didn't know and got sick of me, sick of my bullshit, but they don't understand why I was doing so much because of what happened in my past. That's why so that's why from now on I always say, okay, hey, hopefully not anymore because I'm really trying to get over that because I'm trying to focus on myself and be done overthinking things because I really don't need to. It doesn't help me in any way, shape, or form. So, um, I you well, I won't say used to, but like just like I guess let's take my situation. I just got of I told her like, yeah, hey, I just want to let you know that yeah, I overthink a bit. Like it's pretty bad. Like just communicate that. So then now they know. Okay, now they like sometimes that person is now aware to like what to do. Hopefully, and that's what I'm saying. That those that are dealing with the overthinker, please be aware of their overthinking because if you're not, they're going to destroy their mind and then they're just going to destroy the relationship. And I hate to say that, like, and it shouldn't really be your like priority, but you are getting to know this person. You are trying to, see what's up or whatever. Like, whether that's a friendship or an actual romantic relationship, you're getting like you are going to be in this person's life. So you're going to have to deal with their bullshit. Overthinking is a lot of bullshit. So, you just got to like be aware um what's going to come. Literally. So, and I think the biggest thing, especially what I've just experienced, and I honestly have a while that I've fully like developed a clue about, is the difference between needs and wants. I'm just gonna stick with those two. There's another term, but we don't know what the fuck that is. It's literally just out of the blue. It's like it's something where like you don't know your feelings. You don't know if you should go with your feelings, or it's just like a, do I choose my heart? Do I choose what my heart says, or do I choose what my mind says? That's what this other term means, and we're not gonna deal with that. That is not, nah. That's horrible. So we're just gonna we're just gonna focus on needs and wants, and the two are very different. Not even just by their definition, by the way they feel. A want, like, it's way stronger than a need, but a need is more important than a want. Want, you're like wanting like a possession, like you're like you just absolutely just wants to just have that to yourself. Possession. Like I said, need is like it's important. You like you if you don't have this, it's going to affect something. A want is not really going to affect you. It's just something you personally just want to like, you know what I mean? So when it comes to communicating your wants and needs with an overthinker, you need to like try. I don't know how, cuz I haven't really got to like I personally, when it comes to my needs and wants, I know how to separate them. And um I don't know all overthinkers are like that, but I guess like this is what I'm learning, is that I know how to separate it, and like people who are dealing with overthinkers should also know how to separate needs and wants, because a lot of overthinkers will compare the two. Because if you say that you want something with me and then later say that you need time away from me, now I'm just like, okay, wait, didn't you just say that you like me? Why you need time away from me? What is going on? Did I do something? It's just now you're over, like the overthinking begins. So it's just like I don't know how you would be able to like really not make that shit connect, but I think there needs to be something, cuz it's like it's terrible to overthink. And then like you may be an overthinker and you be like, okay, I need to discuss my feelings. So you talk about, okay, so this, I know that this is what you said that you need, but you literally just told me what you want. So is that, has that changed too? Because now they're comparing the two when you shouldn't. They're two different things. They're two different things. But overthinkers like to compare the two. And that's why I say like we need to like not, overthinkers need to not do that. But the person also needs to learn how to just like be like, no, they're completely different. Chill. Like, you know, the reinsurance is, I guess, what you're gonna take out of it. Or reinsure the person. And it sucks that the constant reinsurance may have to be there, like especially when you're dealing with somebody who's just blown ass overthinker. Like I feel bad because I would like, yeah, I am a blown ass overthinker. I actually started to do a little bit better because I knew that it was like I saw how it was affecting my situation that I was just in. So I was trying to, but not even just my past, literally the last relationship I was in. I literally had this conversation with my ex about overthinking, and literally it did not go well. And that shit, that's why I probably am still, because that conversation did not go well at all. Like, it did not help me to like me, like, bah. But we stuck it out, even after that conversation. Anyways, but like, and so when I was reflecting that with my like situation I was just in, I was trying to be better. I was trying to make sure I don't do the same shit, but I did. It's a repeating cycle. That's why I'm talking about it, because I want to get over it. I want to stop letting this shit affect my relationships, my bonds with people, whatever. Like, I don't want. I'm sick of it, and I know that a lot of people are, and I think that's why we're talking about it. So yeah, so there's a difference between needs and wants, and just have to just conversate that. Be like, if you like, I guess, like, if you say like this is what you need, just be like, hey, this has nothing to do with this, okay? I just want to let you know that, like, I know you overthink. Do not compare what I told you that I want with you, but with what I need, because it's different. Just communicate, like, this, the reason why I need this is this is this. Sometimes you don't have to like, yeah, I get the whole you don't have to explain yourself, but this is you are like, you're not just like, it's not just a one, it's like together now, like, you're not, it's two people are involved, it's not just you. So you need to communicate that. um and an overthinker, you need to be able to listen and process and comprehend what they're saying, and be like, cool, and understand, like, that's what it is. Like, don't think no other bullshit. Don't try to create something in your head that they didn't even say to you. Take what they say. Yeah, you may have trust issues, but hopefully that person shows in the actions. Like, hopefully you find a person who won't, like, say something and then not show it to you, like, actually, like, you know what I mean? Hopefully that doesn't happen, but I'm just saying, like, you just gotta trust the process. And I know that if, and that's the thing, if you say something to an overthinker, you need to really mean it, because if you don't mean it, they're gonna keep overthinking in the next. It's gonna be a repeating. It's gonna be a repeating cycle. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people who are dealing with overthinker, there's some things you have to do. Yeah, you're gonna have to do, and that's only if you really want to be with this person who is an overthinker. An overthinker, there's some things you need to do for this person to not, get tired of you. Like, honestly, there's shit that we just overdo, don't need to do, and don't have to put so much pressure on somebody, especially when you're just getting to know them. That's so funny how I'm saying that, because literally, like, I'm literally, like, I'm calling myself out right now, and this hopefully this is showing you that I'm learning and that I'm growing to become a better person, because I'm talking about myself in circumstances, and the situations I've been in, and blah blah blah, to also help others who are like me, or who are potentially going to be doing the same shit that I did, you know, to have that not be a thing, because I think everybody deserves to be happy. I think, no, everybody deserves to be happy, literally. So yeah, that that's my thing with overthinking. It's you just can't, don't, like, just don't let fear get to you. You just got to do it. Like, you just got to go for it. And if it doesn't go right, then that's just a sign that it's just not meant for you. It's not meant to happen. It's not, you just, we got to let go of the past. We got to keep moving forward and trying new things, open up. I know that a lot of things, like, people go through stuff that make us, like, not want to open up anymore. And then especially, like, the whole pandemic, not being able to socialize for a very long time, like, face to face, affected that as well. I will put that out there, yeah. But you just can't let it destroy your life, because it's not good. It's not. And I'm saying that like literally, I'm not just saying that to say that. I'm saying it from the bottom of my heart because I'm also going through the same thing. Like I had a hard time last semester. I wasn't opening up. I wasn't talking to anybody. I was just by myself calling the people who were like miles, like 1,000 miles away from me. So I I am seriously saying it so that like from my heart to like have people, go out. I've been talking to people lately, people who, I wasn't expecting to ever talk to. I'm building relationships and I'm learning and all this stuff now. And it's thanks to the conversation I had with my mom and my auntie about not closing myself off no matter what the fuck happens. Like, you don't do it. It's not good. It's just not good. Especially when you're away from home. Oh my god, it's terrible. Like if you're 1,000 miles away from home, terrible, literally, or even more than that. Because like I know there's people like international students and stuff like that. Like it's just not good to be closed off. Um, yeah, we're not built that way. So yeah, that's all I have for this episode with overthinking. I don't want to throw in like some things that I also want to talk about in like different situations into this one. So I'm gonna leave it at that. There's a lot of things that come with being an overthinker. Obviously, it's just stuff that like I said, this is my experiences and what I, observing myself and like reflecting, blah blah blah. Um, Everything has a bigger picture to it. There's a lot of different opinions and sayings with it from other people, but this is just from me. I think I have a lot more to say about overthinking, but like that's all I have to talk about right now. Hopefully this helps me because I really, like I said, I'm really trying to get over it. And I think it will. Um, I think doing this, communicating this, is going to help me be able to communicate with people instead of just automatically assuming and creating scenarios in my head and not listening and like I listen but actually like comprehending. There's a difference between listening and like actually like listening, like taking in the information and sinking it in your mind and all the bullshit, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's all I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it's just longer than the other one, but thank you for listening if you did. Hopefully it kind of helped you in some way or whatnot. If you want to leave a comment about whatever I said, what you think, what you feel, blah blah blah, go ahead. Don't have to. um I don't know what's the next topic I'm going to talk about. I have to think what I want to discuss for Wednesday. So yeah. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.